I brought back from the grocery store this week. Know that we're a family of 3 right now, and we do eat pretty much every meal at home. And I'm just gonna give you a sample of what I have. So there are definitely multiples of what we're gonna share today. I do go to a local co-op, which means that the members own the store, and they do rely on organic and locally grown and support of the small farmers in the area. So let me show you what I brought home. All right, here we go. I always start in the produce department. Important to stay seasonal as well as local if you have that option, and lots of color. So if we start over here with the fruit options, got a couple kiwi, clementines. Some of my favorites are those sumo oranges. They're not out yet. And then we've got the red pear and the green pears. Couple of the organic apples. A lot of varieties are out. This is the time of year to get those. For carrots, I like to get the individually so I can particularly pick out which ones I want. I am a big fan of these purple ones because they just are beautiful. They have an orange interior and then the purple outside. It just makes it more fun to eat them. I'm gonna come back to the sweet potatoes. We've got our broccoli. So my son, who's 20, loves to eat those raw. Otherwise, I use it a lot for roasting or steaming. We've got a variety of different bell peppers that I like to cut up. So I always have a big Pyrex dish full of cut up vegetables that the boys, my husband and my son, can take to work for their lunches. As well as myself, I'll throw that together. It makes making a salad midday really easy. Avocado, some of my absolute favorite fats. So easy. I never used to eat these until a couple years ago, other than if it was in guacamole. And I just cut it in half, take out the pit, and then I use a little bit of sea salt or herbamere, and it's delicious. Jicama. Jicama is a Mexican potato, basically. So it's white flesh, and it has a little bit of a sweet taste, but it's great for dipping, great to add into your salads. Shredded carrots just makes it a lot easier for making salads. And then of course the greens. So I like to go for a variety. So baby spinach and arugula, baby spinach and baby kale. So I use this for midday, not a midday snack, midday meal for my lunch, for a salad, or I also add several handfuls to my smoothie, which brings in the different milks. So I get a variety of different milks. So once we're done with one, we go to the next. Variety is key. Got some celery, got a squash. Right now it's big. Pomegranate, I don't think we looked at that. So pomegranate, one of your best superfoods. I still haven't mastered how to break it apart and get it. So it's a pretty messy job, but it tastes amazing. And anytime I put it on salads when we have guests over, they love the salad. And it's just a matter of putting a couple palm seeds on it. Now let's come back to the root vegetables. So I've got some red sweet potatoes, or orange sweet potatoes, I should say. We've got down here some red and golden beets. Got some parsnips, and don't think I have anything other out here, but I've gotten kohlrabi. I've gotten, what else have I gotten? I've got like a lot of the different root vegetables. So this is the time of year to roast the root vegetables. We do have a video on that. If you have not seen, in our store it's called Beauty Heart. Otherwise it's called a watermelon radish. So when you peel it and cut it, this is what it looks like. And it's just beautiful. So it does have the bite of a radish, but again, all about color. So when you have that vibrancy of color, whether it's in a salad or it's in your vegetables that you're gonna use for dipping, it's so much more enjoyable and pleasant to the eye. If you haven't seen these are Jerusalem artichokes, otherwise known as sunchokes. So these little guys are an amazing source of prebiotics. So that is beneficial to feed your healthy bacteria in your gut, because if we want to have them flourish, we have to feed them. So that is a great option. I've added to stir fries. I've also ate it raw, add it to the root vegetable roasting recipe. Let's come over here to our proteins. So I've got some grass-fed beef, and then I do like whenever I make chili or a soup, I try to add either one chicken and then some corn, or one beef and some corn. So it's meatless. It's basically from a mycoprotein made from mushroom. but it is super, super easy. It just comes in a ground up form in the freezer. So you just open the bag and you throw it into whatever you're making. Really tender, so just another option. We're really into these Beyond Burgers. My son, again, can eat these every single day if you let him. A super easy meal, so when we have later work days, this is something that is super easy just to throw in the skillet, warm it up. I love to top it with kraut, another really healthy source of probiotics, so that the good bacteria for our gut. For eggs, do look for pasture raised. One of my favorites is Vital Farms. You can find it in a lot of stores. Even our Target here locally carries those. And then our co-op does have a couple different versions of it. I like to use pumpkin puree for my soup or my chili stock. So that's kind of the base. And then I oftentimes use the diced tomatoes. Sometimes it have basil or garlic. Sometimes it's just plain. So again, super easy. This specific brand is organic, which is important for tomatoes, but it also has a BPA-free can lining. So that's another thing that you want to look for anytime you're using cans. I don't like to use cans often, but you're gonna have to have some staples. I've actually found some pumpkin that comes in a box. That's my preference. It's just the store I was at today didn't have that. Then I've got our chicken breasts, and then we have a local farm, Larry Schultz, who has, this is ground dark chicken. And so they do have a variety of different turkeys and chickens. We found that my husband does not tolerate turkey, so we have to go the chicken route. And this works wonderful for any recipe that you need ground meat. Going on a little girls trip this weekend with one of my good friends from high school. So we're gonna put some snacks together. So I'm gonna bring some kombucha. That's one of my favorite beverages to drink throughout the day. Again, a good source of probiotics, and it's a little bit of fizz and a lot of great flavor. Also I'm gonna put all those vegetables that you just saw together, and then for ease, I got an artichoke and spinach hummus, and then also a prepared organic guacamole. And then we've got some gluten-free crackers. These are one of my favorites. And some goat cheese. So just something that is not going to provide inflammation from the cow dairy, but give us a little bit of that cheese and cracker feel with our vegetables and hummus and guacamole. And then of course you can't go. It's a girls' weekend. You got to have chocolate. Is Lily's. If you've not heard of this, this is one of the best ever. So this is the dark chocolate. It's stevia sweetened. And so you put sea salt and dark chocolate together. Oh my goodness, that is a perfect combination. This brand, actually, I just bought some for my husband and son who like the milk chocolate. There's a milk chocolate caramel. So again, less sinful because it is sweetened with stevia. And he said, don't ever buy another brand again. He said that was amazing. And then we have family coming in tomorrow night to celebrate a birthday party. We're going to have a birthday party. We're celebrating a birthday. And so one of the things that we like to do on Friday nights is pizza night. And so this is a pizza that we found. We have tried so many gluten-free pizzas. The good news is we can tolerate cheese, especially on occasion. So this is regular cheese. Otherwise, you could pull some of that off and add a little bit of pecorino romano or manchego or some goat cheese, which are going to be a different class of dairy. But this is one of the favorites that we have found. So it's against the grain, it's gluten-free, and it's a nut-free pesto. So really flavorful. And then we just have a side salad with lots of colorful vegetables in it with our balsamic vinaigrette dressing, and that's our night. So hope you enjoyed looking at what does Cindi bring home for her groceries each week. Like I said, this is kind of a unique thing because we're going out for the weekend, but otherwise these are a lot of my common staples just in multiples. We go through a lot of fruits and vegetables, and then I make my dinners out of the Instant Pot so that we have lots of leftovers that we put in our glass dishes in the freezer, labeled, so that again my son and my husband can grab and go in the morning for lunch. So really easy ways to get healthy nutrition in.